What's up, guys? It's Ben Luke, and I'm back with another video. Like, comment, subscribe if this pertains to you in any sort of way. This is kind of like a very near and dear topic for me. Um, I don't know. It's weird, just talking about it. But depression as an artist, I'm pretty sure we've all been through it. Pretty sure we all understand what that is, what that feels like, and I just want to talk about different ways that we can overcome it, how to identify it, how we can overcome it, different things like that. So just the first thing that I would like to point out um is just the balance of work. Balance of work. Let's talk about that. So balance of work, that really just means like your workflow. When you go into the studio, do you go do it every day? Do you stay in there all hours of the night, all hours of the day? If that's you, and you're struggling with your creativity, you're struggling, coming up with different ideas, you need to take a break. You need to organize your workflow. So if that means coming to the studio, I don't know, like 3 times out of the week, you have your heavier days, which might be on Monday because you're feeling like, okay, I got all this pent up stuff from over the weekend. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just put it all out on Monday, or it can be a Friday. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, those will be your creative days coming to the studio. Set a time limit. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be in the studio all day, every day. That's just not it's not productive. If you're a songwriter, if you're recording, whatever the type of artist that you are, creator that you are, set a time limit. You don't need to be in the studio every day, all day. Like that's unrealistic. It's dang near unprofessional at that point. Go home, get something to eat, go have fun, do something outside in the world, experience the world. So when you come back, then you're like, oh, I have all this inspiration. I have all this, different things that I picked up throughout the day. So that's first. That's number one. Number two, how do we recognize it? I think one of the biggest things for me, just out of my personal experience, is the fact that I kind of stop eating. Like I'll go the entire day. If I've been at the studio the entire day, I eat one meal per day, and that's when I'm about to leave. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat breakfast. I don't eat lunch. I just come to the studio, work, 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 and sometimes the work isn't even productive. I'm just throwing stuff around, and then I get something to eat at the end of the day before I go home. Second, if compounding onto that day, I would really just feel like there's this huge cloud over my, creative conscience, so to speak. And I'm just like, I'm fighting it. I'm like, man, like I wish that I could come up with like one more song, one more melody, different things like that or whatever like that. And it gets me nowhere. And I'm just like, well, that means that I'm not working. That means I'm not completing, whatever I got to complete or whatever like that. And that's not true. You could overdo it. You really can overdo it. And I think that as creators, we're like, oh well, if I'm not creating, then I don't want it as much as the next person or that person. First, you got to realize everybody has different workflows. So you have to find your particular workflow. But the only way to find that out is to set a scheduled timeout for yourself, and then it's like, okay, this works with this time, or this works with what I'm doing today, or when I'm feeling like this. So you can, it's okay to kind of like map your life out like that. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, in the case for me, I would say the definite um just bout with depression that I've had was really like this year. Um, and this is arguably one of the more successful years that I've had, in my artistry and things like that. And I just remember like when this this always stays on my brain, but like, okay, what if all the dust settles and you're just sitting in your room and it's just like, okay, now there's nothing going on. Are you still gonna be happy? And that was a big battle for me because I'm like, oh well, I just had a music video, I just did this, I just did that. And then I have like maybe like only like a couple of days, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just, oh, I'm back in the slump. I'm back in this, I can't. I don't know what to do with my hands, don't know what to do with my life, and I don't wanna go back to the studio to record because then it's like, "Oh, well, the content that I created already isn't good enough." That's what that means, and it's really not, you know? And it really took, a couple of people, from the outside to be like, "You need to go have fun, travel, meet people, do this, do that," and it's just like, "What do you mean? Like, I have friends, I go out and do stuff," but it's like, "No, just don't think about music. Don't think about music, enjoy life, you know, meet different people, go to parties, just different things like that." Now, I'm not saying go overboard, so you got, like, stories to tell on, like, Vlad TV and stuff, but, just shake things up, you know what I mean? Like, we have a tendency to just get stuck in, the day-to-day rhythm, you go to work, get lunch, stay at home, watch Netflix. You know what I'm saying? If that's your routine from day to day. But, shake up the routine a little bit. Do something that you would not have otherwise done. Um, just to kind of like throw a wrench in there, you know what I'm saying? So for me, guys, I hope this helps. For all the struggling artists out there, who might just, you hit your stride and then it's like, okay, like I don't know what to do here from now, and I'm just kind of going through it. So I really do hope this helps. If that helps, click like, subscribe, comment. If you have your own story, like I love hearing other people's stories. So if you have your own story, share. This is an open platform. Once again, this is Let's Talk About It. You're here with Ben Luke, and see you next time, next video.